Happy Shanty-Day number 152. I'm Sky.
I'm Sagan.
And we're siblings.
And we sing sea shanties and sea shanty adjacent music.
And it's Saturday.
It is Saturday.
Yeah. So if you're, I don't know, hanging out or road tripping or, whatever else you do, we think we've got the appropriate song for your Saturday here.
We do indeed. This is sea shanty adjacent, but it's more adjacent, I think, than a lot of people think. Yep. So most people think of the song "Sloop John B" as the Beach Boys song, and for very good reason. It's a terrific arrangement of it. They add in like all of these different vocal things. It's super cool. However, it is not a Beach Boys original, and I actually did not know this until I looked it up. So the Sloop John B was originally published as the John B Sails, is a Bahamian folk song from Nassau in the Bahamas. It was transcribed, and the first time it was transcribed was in 1916. A version was included in Carl Sandburg's The American Song Bag in 1927. It's interesting. So there was sort of a portion of time where it sort of flew under the radar, but then around the 1950s, sort of the very, very beginnings of the folk revival, it started being picked up by groups like the Kingston Trio and the Weavers.
Which makes sense that it's probably where somebody in the Beach Boys heard
it.
Yes,
that is where they heard it.
Yeah.
Evidently, looking at the notes here, Carl Sandburg included the first three verses and chorus of the John B. Sails in his 1927 collection of folk songs. He stated that he collected it from John T. McCutcheon, not to be confused with folk singer John McCutcheon, but John T. McCutcheon was a political cartoonist from Chicago, and his wife Evelyn Shaw McCutcheon, who at the time owned Blue Lagoon Island, which was a key off of Nassau. And the McCutcheons told him when they were telling him about the song, they said, "Time and usage have given the song almost the dignity of a national anthem around Nassau. The weathered ribs of the historic craft," the one that the song is named for, "lie embedded in the sand at Governor's Harbor, whence an expedition especially sent up for the purpose in 1926 extracted a knee of horseflesh and a ring bolt from the wreck. These relics are now preserved and built into the watchtower, designed by Mr. Howard Shaw, who is an architect also from Chicago, and also Evelyn Shaw McCutcheon's father, and built on our southern coast a couple of points east by north of the star Canopus? Canopus? It's probably Canopus.
Yeah.
Canopus.
Canopus, yeah, probably. Yep.
So a very, very well-loved song down there that sort of made its way out into the greater world through the folk revival. But but I had no idea.
More shanty adjacent even than most people think.
Yeah, it's not just the subject matter. It actually has the historical pedigree of an island song. Yeah, of a ship. So for anyone who is not familiar with the chorus, we'll sing it for you here. The lyrics are down below as per usual this time. So the words are, "So hoist up the John B's sail," that is John B '(S) sail. "See how the mainsail sets. Call for the captain ashore to let me go home. Why don't you let me go home? I want to go home. Yeah. Well, I feel so broke up. I want to go home." This one definitely falls into the category of songs about sailors singing about how much sailing sucks.
Yeah. And they would like
this person is not having a good time in the slightest. This is just awful. Ugh. But melodically it goes like this. Yeah, there we go. "So hoist up the John B sail, see how the mainsail sets. Call for the captain ashore to let me go home. Why don't you let me go home? I wanna go home, yeah. Well, I feel so broke up. I wanna go home." Yes, and the clap is important, and also makes an appearance in the final line of every verse. That's a little bit more audience participation for you. So make sure you stretch out. Make sure those fingers are ready to give a nice solid clap.
Don't take your hands off the wheel if you're listening.
That's
to this
correct.
While you're driving.
Yeah, you can just just pat the wheel.
Yeah. Perfect.
But yeah.
You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. We come on the sloop John B, my grandfather and me. Around Nassau town we did roam, drinking all night. Got into a fight, yeah, yeah. Well, I feel so broke up, I wanna go home. So hoist up the John B sail, see how the mainsail sets. Call for the captain ashore to let me go home. Why don't you let me go home? I wanna go home, yeah, yeah. Well, I feel so broke up, I wanna go home. The first mate, he got drunk and broke in the captain's trunk. The constable had to come and take him away. Sheriff Johnstone, why don't you leave me alone? Yeah, yeah. Well, I feel so broke up, I wanna go home. So hoist up the John B sail, see how the mainsail sets. Call for the captain ashore to let me go home. Why don't you let me go home? I wanna go home, yeah, yeah. Well, I feel so broke up, I wanna go home. The poor cook, he caught the fits, and he threw away all of my grits. And then he took and he ate up all of my corn. Let me go home. Why don't they let me go home? Yeah, yeah. Well, this is the worst trip I've ever been on. So hoist up the John B sail, see how the mainsail sets. Call for the captain ashore to let me go home. Why don't you let me go home? I wanna go home, yeah, yeah. Well, I feel so broke up, I wanna go home. So hoist up the John B sail, see how the mainsail sets. Call for the captain ashore to let me go home. There we go. Let me go home. I wanna go home, yeah, yeah. Well, I feel so broke up, I wanna go home. I'm watching the thing, and I'm like, okay, so she's moving this way, so I'll move this way. Nope, it's mirrored.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a problem. Yep.
But not as much of a problem, evidently, as this dude's having.
Man.
Yeah, no, this is, it's bad.
Just having a rough time.
Yep.
Yep. Well, here's hoping that your day is much better than that, and that you get to roll the windows down and sing out nice and loud with the Beach Boys or whoever else you're singing along with today. And yeah, thanks for spending some time with us.
That's all I got.
All right. Be safe. We love you. And we'll see you again tomorrow.
Bye!